Picture this. Your private company misses an annual ROC filing deadline. You have missed filing AOC 4 and MGT 7, and suddenly you are faced with penalties, additional compliance burdens, and the loss of crucial exemptions. How long will these setbacks haunt you? And is there a way to recover? In today's video, we are diving into the critical consequences of missing annual ROC filings and how you can reclaim your company's lost privileges under the Companies Act 2013. Welcome back. Today's topic is all about the consequences of defaulting on annual ROC filings for private companies and the implications under the Companies Act 2013. Specifically, we will be discussing the exemptions that are lost when a company defaults, how long these exemptions are forfeited, and what the law says about recovering them, especially with the introduction of Section 454(3) on January 22, 2020. Under the Companies Act 2013, the central government has granted private companies several exemptions to ease their compliance burden. These were issued through notifications in 2015 and 2017. But here is the catch. These exemptions are conditional on your company being compliant with its annual ROC filing obligations. So, what exactly happens when your company misses a deadline? Key exemptions lost upon default. 1. Related party transactions. Normally, private companies enjoy a relaxed approach to related party transactions. Interested shareholders can vote on resolutions that involve contracts with related parties, which is usually restricted for public companies. However, if you default on ROC filings, this exemption is revoked and your company must comply with the stricter rules. 2. Acceptance of deposits. Private companies are exempt from certain stringent requirements when accepting deposits from members. For example, they are not required to issue a circular or maintain a deposit repayment reserve. But if your company defaults, you lose this flexibility and must follow the more complex provisions. 3. General meeting provisions. Section 101 to 107 and Section 109. Private companies can modify or omit several general meeting requirements such as quorum rules, voting methods, and the role of chairman. Upon default, these relaxed rules are no longer available, and you must adhere to the more rigid processes that apply to public companies. 4. Financial statements. Startup private companies are typically exempt from including a cash flow statement in their financial statements. However, if you miss your filing deadline, this exemption is withdrawn, and you must prepare a full set of financial statements with cash flow statements. 5. Employee stock options. Generally, private companies can issue employee stock options with an ordinary resolution instead of a special resolution. If a company defaults on its ROC filings, this simplified process is no longer available, requiring more stringent approval process. Duration of exemption loss. The loss of these exemptions is not permanent. According to the law, once your company rectifies its default by completing the necessary filings, the exemptions can be reinstated. The critical point is the timing of your corrective actions. Specifically, Section 454(3) of the Companies Act, inserted on January 22, 2020, provides a significant relief mechanism. Section 454(3) states that if a company rectifies its default relating to non-compliances with Section 92 annual returns or Section 137 financial statements before receiving a notice from the adjudicating officer or within 30 days of such a notice, no penalty will be imposed. This means that all proceedings against the company will be deemed concluded and the company will be considered compliant. In simpler terms, this provisions allows your company to make things right without facing severe penalties, as long as you act quickly. Once the default is rectified, within the specified time frame, your company can regain all the exemptions that were temporarily lost due to the lapse in compliance. The law recognizes that Mistakes can happen, and Section 454(3) provides a clear path to recovery, ensuring that your company doesn't suffer long-term consequences for a short-term oversight. Case study. Consider a private company that missed its annual general meeting and consequently delayed its annual filings. The company initially lost its exemptions but later held the AGM and filed the necessary documents. By complying with Section 454(3) within the prescribed time, the company avoided penalties and regained its lost privileges. The key takeaway here is that while missing an annual filing can lead to loss of valuable exemptions, these losses are not permanent. If your company acts promptly, especially within the 30-day window provided under Section 454(3), you can rectify the default and restore your exemptions. Compliance is essential, but the law does offer a second chance to companies that take corrective actions swiftly. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for more updates on the corporate law and compliance. At Corporate Clarity, we simplify complex legal topics so you can focus on growing your business. If you have any questions or need further clarification, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay compliant to keep your business privileges intact.